Hey everyone, it's Allison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Allison. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada. So welcome to my regulars, and if you've never been here before, I appreciate you popping in. I'm just going to make sure that I'm broadcasting to where I need to. It's sometimes kind of hard for me to find out where I want to go, and here's where I want to go. So I'll see. But you guys usually pop on. Looks like I'm live, so that's awesome. And I got sound, so we're good to go. All good. So now I just have to wait for a few of you to pop on because there is always a lag with streaming onto Facebook. Um, so I don't know why they do that. I'm not quite sure why there's a lag, but there is. It's not like I have to censor any of you. Alrighty. We're going to be playing, as you can see. You see on the right side of the screen, we're going to be playing with some brand new products from the September to December 2025 Mini Catalog. This suite is called Peaceful Garden. It's really gorgeous, and this is the bundle that's included, Peace on Earth. I'm going to show you the products, and we'll get started on our card. I've actually made like 3 cards to show on lives in the next little while, and I had to pick one. I just sort of picked one to do today, and then I'll have another one on Wednesday and probably another one next Sunday. All right, so I'm going to see, I don't think there's anybody that's joining yet. There's Ellie and Keisha. Hi guys, how are you? Nice to see you. Okay, good, I've got people. That's great. Okay, so once I've got people coming, I switch over and I start. I hope you can't hear my fan. I turned it down a bit, but it's very hot in my office, so I can't really turn it off, or I'll just, hi Kathy, how are you? Or I'll just kind of melt. Okay, so I talked about the suite. I can't show you the suite in the catalog, but I can tell you that it's in the mini catalog. Okay, gorgeous. Look at that Christmas paper. So pretty. Hi, Mo. Hi, Kim. How are you, friend? Okay. So we've got the bundle, Peace on Earth bundle. The suite also has Peaceful Greenery 3D embossing folder, which is nice. And you may notice here that the actual embossing folder has a piece here. The label is kind of recessed, and the dies fit inside, so you can layer them. Okay, so really cool. Now, I have a class using these products. It's coming on September the 6th. So just as everyone's back at school and kind of settled in, or back at work, if you've had summer holidays, we're going to have a fun Saturday morning stamping with some products. There's going to be 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. Class is $50. It includes the mailing of your card kit, which comes with all the cards that you need. It's all pre-cut for you. And then you're going to get half a pack of this gorgeous designer series paper. So this is the Peaceful Gardens. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So many beautiful designs here. And then this is the other side. So you're going to get 6 double-sided sheets of that. You're going to get a full package of hues of blue flowers. Pretty. And half a roll of this stunning elegant ribbon. So this is Misty Moonlight, and this has got these are silver edges here. So you can get 5 yards of that, and a PDF with the instructions and the measurements. And we're going to craft together. Sorry, we're going to craft together on Facebook, and you can watch live or you can watch later, okay, on recording. So that's what you're going to get. Now, I received a card from a friend in a swap about 3 months ago, and I thought, ooh, that looks complicated, but I don't think it's that complicated. It's just getting them lined up. So this was using that kintsugi inspiration from the annual catalog, and I just love the way she's used all the different pieces of designer series paper. And so we're going to make a card in that layout. I always find it, if you get stuck, either look in the catalog for a sample, or look at a layout that you really like and just recreate it. So we've got our bits here, and I'm starting with a card base of cloud cover. Okay, Then I'm going to change this card up a little bit from the one that I made. So sometimes I make the card and I go, oh, I wish I'd done that, or I wish I'd done this, or whatever. So I'm going to emboss the front of my card with the embossing folder. And I'm going to line that up. I mean, I'm hoping this works. I haven't done it yet, so we'll see how it looks. And you guys can vote at the end on whether you like my original or the what I will call kind of a jazzed up version. So I'm going to run that through Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You guys know how to do that. So here we go. And I was thinking I could have done this on a I could have used another little piece of the, what's it called, the two-tone, and then sanded it, and that would have been kind of pretty. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I've got a piece of Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to cut something out of this. So I'm going to grab those dies. I'm going to grab this little tiny, it's like a little olive branch, I think. I'm going to just cut it out from the middle. And the reason I'm doing that is because this piece is going to be covered with another layer. So you can cut stuff out of the middle of it so you don't waste paper. So for instance, if I wanted, I could have put some, so I got a layer here that's going on. So I could have cut the bigger branch. I could have even cut out a label because it won't show. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to just pop that out. Oh, there's our little olive branch. Then what else do I need? Oh, the only other thing I need, I might as well do it now, is a dove. So I'm going to grab a piece of basic beige. And hi, Mo, did I say hi? I hope so. I hope I said hi. Okay, oops. Move that over here. Oops. Oops, whoops. I think that's all I need my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for. So I can put it away and we can get assembling. We can assemble. Okay. All right. So what I want to do is grab that piece. I've got a piece of basic white. So this piece here is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and this piece is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. So what's that? 4 3/8 by 3 3/8, something like that. So on this piece here, I want to grab my little bits of DSP. I've cut these 1 inch by 1 inch. Okay, so it's just a question of laying these down. And I found if I started in the upper corner, it was easier for me. Just got to turn these over. So it's a great way to use up leftover pieces. So I can just see what's on what side here. Yeah, like that. I need 4 pieces down here. So I'm going to just, it won't be perfect when you line it up. It's kind of impossible to do that. Well, unless you're really good at lining stuff up. I am not. So I try not to worry too much about how perfect it is or not perfect it is. I wanted a piece. There we go. I wanted a piece like that. So this is basically, I'm just laying out my bits so I can, there. Okay. Now, let's start gluing. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Have you stopped all your wandering this summer? Are you home for a while? You did a lot of road trips this summer. Okay. Right. Oh. I don't know why, but my nose is all of a sudden is bothering me, and I don't know why. I was watching some podcasters the other day, and one of them, as soon as she starts talking, she starts coughing. And I could so relate. She has to stop and take drinks. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, been there. And they mute themselves and drink or finish coughing. But I don't really, on my streaming, I don't really have the capacity to stop. Well, I guess I do, but I don't want to risk. So I'm just going to sniff. Everything's a sniff. Move that up. And I just realized a tip that I could have done. I don't think that's the right size. I think that's a weird size. Is it? I don't know. Here's a tip. When you're doing this, it's too late. I can't move these up. But when you're doing these, this doesn't look square to me. But I guess it is. Yeah, this is messed up now. Ugh, hate that. Yeah, this is too messed up. I don't think I can fix it, but let's see. And one never knows. I'm going to just kind of peel this one off. Here's what I would do. Here's my tip that I just thought of right this second. So I will impart my wisdom on you. Too late to help myself, but I can help you. Okay. So what I would do is I would take these pieces and I would glue the top piece and the bottom piece first, okay? So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to just stick that on. And hopefully I can stick this piece in here. Again, this piece probably should be up a little bit, but we're not going to fuss too much, okay? Because I'm making myself like crazy, and that's dumb. So why make myself crazy? There we go. Oop. It's not perfect by any stretch. So that's what I would do. I would go top, bottom, and then fill in the spaces. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Let's keep going. So then I went across. And I think I'm going to follow my own advice. I'm going to put the piece that I want in this corner. And then I'll fill in the middle. Because then you kind of hopefully get a better idea of lining it up. Does that make sense? So this piece should just slot in here now. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Okay. So everybody understand what I was doing there? Boy, it's warm in my office. I'm surprised I'm not starting to drip on my project. Hopefully not. Okay. And then last little bit is just going to go in here, like so. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. So you see the idea here. So these are 1 inch by 1 inch, okay? Now, I want to stamp something on my little piece of basic white. Now, this piece here is 2 by 2, and this piece is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So let's grab Misty Moonlight. He's leaving next on his own so I can craft. Oh, wouldn't that be great to go to Nova Scotia? Oh, I bet you that's a perfect time to go too. Love it. Thank you, Kathy. You're always so great. You're always so supportive. This one says, big hugs for a good friend. I love the sayings in the stamp set because it's not all Christmas. In fact, you know, the cards that we hate making, that sympathy cards, has a very nice sympathy, just with deepest sympathy. And I really thought that was nice. Okay, let's glue this on. All right. Oop. Again, this is not going to line up perfectly, right? Because you've got spaces between here, and that's okay. Not supposed to really. Whoop, glue. And then just stick that in the middle, just like that. Great way to use up leftover scraps, isn't it? Okay, so there we go. Now, I'm going to go back to my card. Oh, John's from Nova Scotia. Oh, that's nice, Cindy. So you got some family maybe? Now, here's the question, you guys. Are we gluing this down? Let me just see here. Are we gluing this just the white? Or my original card, I was layered on Misty Moonlight, just a little titch around it. And I think maybe that is better with the titch. What do you guys think? So that's with the blue around it. Or just the white. I'm gonna wait. I need some votes. So I'm gonna wait for the votes. Thanks, Cindy. I love it too. It's not that hard, and I think the more you make, the more you get used to the placement of it, right? I've seen other ones where the pieces are bigger too. Blue around it, blue mat. Okay, we've got 2 blue mats. That's what we're going with. Thank you, guys. Okay, so put that on. It's just an 1/8 of an inch bigger, so you get, it's just a little titch of a thing. I've got some cards to show you when I'm done. My husband was visiting our daughter in Toronto, got home yesterday. For those of you who live in the Lower Mainland, this was what happened. He was supposed to arrive at 10:30, and he did. It was awesome. However, it takes me about 25 minutes to get to the airport, I'd say, maybe. And for those of you who live around me, you know what I'm going to say. I got over the bridge to go onto what's called the 91 connector, which takes me at 90 kilometers an hour right to the airport. It's awesome. Well, no. 2 people on a beautiful day in the middle of the morning decided not to be paying attention, I suppose, ran into each other. One of the cars burst into flames, and I waited 45 minutes to go, which should have taken me 3 minutes. Needless to say, I was late. But you know what? I said to my husband, at least I wasn't in the accident, right? Because it was right before I got there. Like the ambulances went screaming by me on the bridge. So I thought, I hope they're. And once I got past the area, which was right basically as you merged onto the highway, once I got past there, it was like being shot out of a cannon. I was at the airport in like 10 minutes. But you know what? I always kind of think, but for the grace of God, go I, right? Like I wasn't in an accident and everything was good for me. So I'm going to not complain. Don't you just love these products? Oh my gosh, I love them. And then I'm going to put my little olive branch. Oops. Right there, a little bit of glue. A little olive branch. Put that in place for a sec. I made like 3 cards this morning thinking, which one should I do? Which one should I do? And this was not the one I was going to do, but I thought, no, I'm going to do it before I forget how to do it. So there's our cards. So the difference between the one I made this morning is I use the embossing folder. So it's a bit busier and this is a bit cleaner. So I'm not sure which one you guys like best. I think, oops, oh look, my olive branch came off my dove. Go back on there. Yikes. There we go. Anyway, what was I going to say about my husband? I don't know. Cindy was talking about her husband going to Nova Scotia, and I just got sidetracked. Oh, forgot. Yikes. Got to put a embellishment on here. So I'm going to just use one, and I'm going to use a white one, and I'm going to put it on a blue area so that it stands out. I'm not going to do 3 or a triangle or anything. Okay, so those are the 2 cards. Not sure which one you guys like better. Do you like embossing, which is a bit busier, or do you like plain? Speak up. All right. Want to see some more cards? My sister. Oh, that's why I was telling you, because my sister sent home a whole lot of beautiful cards with my husband for me. Anyway, this is the one that we made last week. Remember we did the fault line? Okay, now get ready for these cards that my sister sent me. Okay, so my sister Mo, who's on this call, sent me this one. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I like how Mo did the, she added some blue to the wings of the dove. Right? You like the embossed one, Kim? Okay. Isn't this pretty? Love these embellishments. But check this out. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. Ready? Whoop. Look at this. I forgot to tell you that this fabulous glimmer paper is also part of the suite. Look at that. And I love the way she cut up those words. She took this stream of words, the string, and then she used each word independently. I don't even know what this is called, but I love it. Okay, then I think this is also one that my sister Mo made. How pretty is that? This paper is stunning. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to show you today because I've got other ones I'll show you on Sunday. So you have to come back. Those are two beautiful ones from my sister. Gorgeous. Okay, so there we go. That's today. And I'm going to bring this back over here and show my sweaty face. Gosh, I'm like streaming. I know. Isn't that a beautiful card? Well, I do have talented sisters because my other sister sent me other cards that use some of the other products from the catalog, but I'm going to be showing you them as we go along. Don't you worry. I'm going to show you them all. Okay. So, what else? Love the blues. Love the blues. I hope Mo saw that comment. Mo, did you see that comment? Well, Mo, love that card. Yeah. Okay, troops. Thanks for coming today. We're fast. I will see you on Sunday. Gosh, is it Wednesday? I'll see you Sunday, right? Yes, 10 a.m. on Sunday, Pacific time. So hopefully you can join me or catch the recording later. All right, you guys. Have a great rest of the day. Hope you get some stamping in. Bye. Stay cool.